friends, happy Friday. Happy March 10th, I think it is. Is it the 10th? Y'all tell me down below. I think it's the 10th. Oh, getting closer to springing our clocks ahead. We will set ours ahead when we go to bed on Saturday night. But anyways, so welcome. My name is Terry. This is my channel on my simpler life, aka retirement. It is also on my journey to lose 75 to 100 pounds on Weight Watchers, and to also share my crafting adventures and little snippets of my life from anywhere from wildlife, birds. We had some today, some wildlife. And gardening stuff. So I'm just going to hop right into it. No rhyme or reason. It's going to be a hodgepodge of everything. I've got crocheting, I've got some knitting, I've got English paper piecing, I have sewing, I have happy mail stuff, and happy purchases I just made. So, but anyways, I don't know where to start first, so we'll just hop right in. I'm just going to go with what I have been crocheting on. Well, knitting on. Let's do the knitting first. So I've been doing this mystery knit along, and it's from Lyrical Knits. I think that is what it is, and it's called No Yarn Left Behind, based on the series Murders in the Building, and clue 3 came out today. I am halfway through clue 2, and so yeah. So the colors that I had picked, you had to have 4 colors. So this is one of the colors right here, and this one is from La Jolla, and it's going to be all purples. So there is that color. There is one of them. The other one is this lighter one, and this one is not through La Jolla. Who is it? Savory Skeins. Savory Skeins. And I've had these for quite some time. So far, there's that. This was my main color, and this one is No Name, and I cannot remember because there is no card with it, so I don't know where the card went. So this is our main color that will be carried throughout. So those are the 3 right there. And then the 4th color, they just want to go flying. Let me take care of these and I'll show you. The 4th color is Hooked. And I got them all housing in my bag from Mid-Michigan. What does it say? Middle of the Mitten Yarn Crawl 2022. And those were all the places that we stopped. We went to all but 2, because one was Alpina, and there was another one, a little Tawas. And then this one right here is from Why Knots, Knots, from a yarn company here in Michigan. So this one is still hooked. So I'm going to try to show it to you, because this is a weird construction. It's going to be a shawl, but it is a weird construction. So clue 1 would have been this right here. And these were live stitches, and that just means that they were held on something to use at another time while we did everything else. So these she is calling cityscapes, and that's what it's looking like right there on that one. So clue 2 started with those live stitches that we picked up right where the division is right here, and we did more cityscapes just like the first one, and of course they're all bunched up. And then she told us to put these live stitches on a holder of some sort. And so now I have picked up, yep, this is the front side. I have picked them all up. There is 144 stitches on this one. So this is going to take a little while, but we're going to be working back and forth between the needles to build it out. And clue 3 continues that, but it looks like we're going to do another one of these. Maybe I'll be off on this end, I don't know. So I don't have too much to show you right now, but that's, and it's hard to show you that. But I can show you the cables, the dip stitches as those were called, more cityscapes. So I need to work on that amongst everything else. So I'm just going to lay that there. So, and I didn't bring in my February's, oh shoot, just a second. That was a hot second for you, but just a minute for me. I forgot to bring out my March pick for my sack. I will insert pictures of my February sack where it's at right now. But literally, I just got all the gusset stitches picked up, and I haven't even picked it back up because there's so much more that I've been doing. Normally, I can get a sack set done or two in a month, but I think it's because, well, and I know it's because I'm sewing more, and I'm doing that mystery knit along, and I am just doing everything, it seems like. So speaking of March sack, I pulled on March 1st. I can't remember, I think it was number 4. And so my number 4 is what I said that I would either knit in socks, hat, whatever I need it to be. Miss Janet is doing hats from her stash, crocheting hats, and Miss Jenny is, I think she's doing hats, she's doing socks, she's doing whatever her little heart tells her that it should also, just like Miss Janet. So this is what mine is right here. Now this one is from Knitted Wit, like I said, from Michigan, and this is called Friend Zone. 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 420 yards. This one is really pretty. You have your lavenders in there. You have that rusty orange color in there. There is some greens back here. Try to show you all the pretties to this one. So I'm thinking this will be a sock when I get the other one done. So this was, and I did not cake it up. There's no sense of winding it up until I get the other one done. And I do have one done. I just need to work on the foot of it. But I just wanted to get that shawl caught up, and it's not happening. So it will. It will. So anyways, this was my March pick. I really, really like this one. So the whole premise on this is that anybody can join anytime that you want to get something done. You can go through your stash. It can be sewing, it can be crochet, it can be knitting, it can be whatever, jewelry making, whatever you want to do. I suppose it could even be books. But I pulled out 15 of them so that if I opened one up and it wasn't speaking to me, I could pull out an extra one to switch it with. So the whole idea is to use what we have, and if you've got books laying around or you have audio books like I do, you could sit there and say, I'm going to do an audio book once a month on the first, so I can at least get through them. So there was that. Y'all know every time I come in here, I'm going to start coughing. And then I went into crochet. I'm sorry, I'm just all over the place today. We had a couple of sandhill cranes in our backyard. So, yeah, just a second. I gotta go get my drink. Sorry, I had to go get a drink. Went to the refrigerator and I got some flavored water.
Fine, go ahead.
Mr. Jerry's gonna come in and help me do this.
I'm going to sit here and watch you, make you paranoid.
Doesn't make me paranoid. You just pull up the chair right there. Darn, huh? You can close that door because you're going to turn the TV on. So
I might read.
He is reading Red Rising. So it is like a 4-book series. And I bought that. The first and second book, thinking that because this time of year he likes to read because he's not out working in his area like he normally is. So, and he's reading. So, all right. So the next thing is that in my crochet, I'm trying to do donation hats. I finished another donation hat for this one. I had done this earlier, but it was a little bit too big compared to what the gal suggested on YouTube. So she said to do 56 rows, and I think I only did 50, and it fits still good. And my head is a 21.5 inch. So this is just a red heart green. So that will go in the donation box. So I was glad to get that one done. I have not started another one up yet. The other thing was I started was a crochet blanket. I just felt like I wanted a crochet blanket. And I've been waiting to, you get them where you see them all the time. And this one, I think it was Daisy Farms Cottage. I'll have everything in the description box. This one was really easy. I'm doing the lap size. She has it from a lovey size, those littles, all the way up to I think I want to say king queen sizes. And so I was going to do, she has a lap gan, but that one was 48 inches by 36, and the throw that I'm doing was 56 by I think 66, something like that. So because we all like to have enough that if you get cold you can bring it right up. So I went through my stash because I have Red Heart yarn Super Saver, because when his mom was doing Swedish weaving and stuff, she would always buy extras, and then when she couldn't do that anymore, I got it all. And so I have 2 great big solid totes full of them. So I pulled out this soft white. This will be the base color, and I think I have 2 more of this one, and I'm hoping that will be enough. And if it isn't, I have a medium gray that will replace it. And the first color, because she had like 4 or 5 colors, and I'm just going to pull and just add whatever. So the first color I pulled out was this peacock color. It's more of a tealy blue than this blue. And this one is Red Heart with Love. Let me give you all the stats on it and I'll bring it up closer. It's a number 4 medium weight, and I am using a J hook because that's what she uses. And this one was a brand new ball, 370 yards or 338 meters. It's a lot darker. Let me see if I do that. So anyways, it's a very pretty peacock color. So I've only used about half of it on one stripe, and this is so easy to do. Now I had to do 188 chains across, and then I'm going back and forth. So I've got this all folded up. So it's just double crochets in a V-stitch. So these are the double crochets down here. The V-stitch is right there, and you're just going in the V-stitches. And so she just has you double crochet so many, and then the V-stitch, and then you just repeat it. The way she has you repeat this is you change color more frequently. I'm just going to do one complete repeat section, and then I'm going to switch. And so that's what I did, and that's what I'm doing right there. So if I was to open this up, this is up to my shoulder, and it's touching the floor. So that's how wide it is. So if I go like one wingspan, almost 2. So this is really something, if I feel like I want to crochet, I can just pick up and just crochet. I can do a pattern repeat within a few hours and just keep adding to it. Like I said, when that blue is gone, then I will come into my stash and I will pull something else out and add to it. The whole idea is I got one blanket done. I'm just going to do another blanket. And when it gets done, it's going to go into the gift giving pile for Christmas. So really that's all for the knitting that I've done, and for the crocheting that I've done, because I've been doing a lot of sewing. So I started my English paper piecing back up, and I am doing this pattern by Sherry and from A Quilting Life, and her website is aquiltinglife.com, by Sherry McConnell, and this is called Flowers for Emma. And I put this all together to do in 2018, and because I marked it on here when I did that. So all it is that you're doing these flowers, and then you're putting them on a background, and she's got you doing 4 4-inch squares sewn together, so that they end up being 7 1/4, and then you're putting your flower on top of that. I am just going to find some type of blender material, which just means something that will go with everything, and then I'll just add them there. So I just started it, and last night I decided I was just going to count out all the flowers that I needed, because I need 35 of them. And so I laid out the pieces for the centers, 35 of them, and then I counted out 6 squares. And what I did was I had bought not fat quarters. What are they called? Charm packs. And I bought 2 of them, and it was called Seashore Drive. You can still get this. I know it's on Etsy. And there's 42 in here. And so I cut one completely up. And I had to dip into the second one a little. So they are all those colors in there. So what I decided was, because I'm not going to be able to show this very well like this, because there's different yellows, because they're all basically the same. I'll just wait. I decided the centers, I wanted them all in the browns. So I took all the browns and I glue basted them on my 1-inch hexagons. For English paper piecing, it takes a hexagon, and that is one of the centers right there. And I feel like I'm all over the place today. So this is where I get my hexagons from, paper pieces off from Amazon. And there was 600 of these. And you measure, that is the 1-inch right there. And then I took the 5-inch squares, and I cut them into 4ths, so they ended up being 2.5 inches. And then you just wrap it around that octagon or hexagon, and I use a glue stick, and I use a Sue Daly's glue stick right there. And I just do a I would sit there and I would put a little dot in the center of it, and then lay this on the back side, the non-pretty side of the fabric. And then I would fold it over, and then I would just put a little bit line of the glue, and then fold that over, and then over here, and fold it over, even on the fabric that's folded over, and I do that all the way around until they are all covered. So last night I sat there and I did all 35 flowers. I'm hoping. I'll know more when they get glued or sewed together. So, but so I put all the ones that were like a white, what I considered more of a white, together. They will all go together. And then there are some of the light minty greens that will all go together. And then there's some oranges down here. And then I've only done one yellow because there wasn't much in yellows. And so all I'm doing is that I take a brown one right here, and then I have one here, and I lay them face to face towards each other, and then I just hand sew them. I should have had one started so you could see. So you just go like this, and I put a quilter's clip on here, and then I will barely catch that up in the top. I will put a loop knot on both ends when I get to them, and then when you get that done, it opens up So I would start here, and then I would add the next one and the next one all the way around. So, but, you know, I only do a couple of flowers a day, so trying not to lose everything. But the ones that I have gotten done so far is I have this one right here. And then I have this one right here. This one right here. This one right here. And the yellow one, which is almost like a limey, lemony, I guess, yellow. So I try to do a couple of those a day, but not always, because sometimes I just don't want to do anything. Depends on if I've been sewing or something. So, but I am retired, and we tend to keep up on all the household chores and all that stuff pretty good, and it's just Jerry and I. So, and some days you just don't feel like doing anything. So that was all on that. So now I'm going to show you what I bought at Sisters Fabrics today. She has a cute little store. She's a sweet little lady, and she knows her fabrics and everything. So I first went in to get backing for a quilt that is all done, that I think is the Lone Star quilt. And I don't think I have a picture of it anymore. But I got this for that. It is a lavender with that design in it right there. And y'all, I thought fabric had went up in price, because this was like a little over $20 a yard, and I usually buy 108, 108 inch wide. So I knew that I needed about 1 yard and 5/16 or 5/6, basically 2 yards for it, because that one's 66 by 66. And when I saw $20, I thought, dang. So Mr. Jerry was with me, and I liked this one out of them all, and I didn't, and I'm in there enough that she knows us by name. And I was looking at all of them, but I knew this one would go with it because it has the purples in it and stuff. And needless to say, Jerry set that up on the counter because I was looking at other fabrics, because I've been doing that Dresden plate one, this one right here, that I've got 6 blocks out of 9 done. And I trimmed 3 of these down to 13.5, so they're basically going to be 13-inch squares, and they are on that 30s reproduction fabric. And I just did a simple zigzag stitch around the center and the plates of it, and the scallops and the lines in between. So I knew I probably wanted sashing in between it, and didn't dawn on me that not everybody would know what I was talking about. Sashing, S-A-H-I-N-G, just means a strip of fabric in between the blocks. So I will do a block, and then I think I'll do a 2-inch strip and then another block, and then I will just do a single border around it. So we went to look for that. Now this first fabric I got, this is from the 30s fabric line, and it's a very pretty minty green. Sorry about that. Anyways, I got 2 yards of this. I know I got plenty, but my thought process is, well, maybe this would go good with that, or the border. So I did get that one, but I had to have 2 because I really like this one. And this one is right here. So they got little flowers in them. And I think that this is for me. I think that this one is everything's going to wash out. So is the one that I'm going to pick with it because my light is off again. Just a second, because I didn't turn it back on. See if that, because it's getting dark out. So this was my thinking on this, but I think this is the way I'm going to go. This will be in between the 2 blacks. I did take a picture of both ways, so but we'll see. I won't know for sure until I get it done. So that is the sewing project that I'm working on, and I really like those colors, and I think they're going to look nice with this. If you could see my sewing area here, it's unreal. So I just still have these 3 yet to do. They won't get done today because it's getting late enough in the day that I won't have time to do that. So the other thing is, there is going to be, I belong to a Patreon from the Quilt Maker Homestead. I had to look because she's changed her name. And she's going to be doing a Mariner's Compass quilt. And as a Patreon, we get it for free. And she's going to show us the videos. She's made it, just finished it, and she's going to be teaching us how to do it. And this one will be like a wall hanging, a 22" by 22. So I needed 5 fabrics. I needed a main background, and then she used 2 contrasting, high contrasting, so you can see the compass. What she used was 2 blues, 2 different blues, and an orange and a red and a brown. So this is what it's going to, what hers looks like. So, and I didn't need much. I'm going to do mine in the background in black. And that is the design. So that would be the background of the compass. I don't know which order this is going to be yet. If this will be the inside compass or the outside compass. But I got these. So this one right here has that pink in it, yellow, an orangey color to it. Does it say who this is by? Nope. So this would be off and it's going to wash out. So I will try to take pictures because this pulls that right out. You can't see what I'm showing you, so hopefully it pulls that pink right out. So those were the first 2 colors. The second 2 colors was a yellow and a tealy color. So when I lay this all together, like I said, I haven't figured out fabric placements. So I don't know, the yellow and the teal might be the two blues, and then this yellow and, or this peachy yellow and pink might be the red and orange. So I don't know. I just know there's lots of parts and pieces to it. It is a paper piecing. It is applique, like raw applique or turn applique. I know those two are definitely in it. So, yeah. And I don't know when it starts yet. I haven't, because she's still finishing it up and all the tutorials and stuff. I think it's towards the end of March, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm almost done because we are way over and I'm so sorry. So I just wanted to show you I did finish my cross stitch. I showed this a little bit earlier. So I did finish that. It is a 12 by 14. And I think that Jerry's going to have to make me a frame for it. And then I think I'm going to wait and show you everything else because we're already at 37 minutes. So I think Monday I will show you the other things that came in, because I'll have two more. It is more yarn and it is cross stitch. So I think I'm going to let y'all go. It's snowing again. But watch afterwards. You'll see what was in our backyard this afternoon. And we'll just say thanks for watching. Remember, I won't be back on until Monday, and I hope that your weekend will be a great one and a relaxing one and enjoyable one. And as far as your weight loss journey goes, do the best you can. That's all I'm doing right now. I'm struggling just a little bit. So yeah, but I really hate to make these this long because I feel so bad. So but there was so much to show you today. So anyways, thanks again, my friends. I hope that if you find this enjoyable, that you'll give me a thumbs up so that YouTube will push it up for more people to see. And if you haven't already subscribed and you'd like to see future ones, I do post Monday through Friday, and I do my weekly weigh-in when I remember them on Tuesdays. So but anyways, thanks again, my friends, until we can see each other again on Monday.